weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Listen out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted.
It's KMAC Rivalry Week, and it wraps up the league season here today as the Cardington-Lincoln Pirates look for vengeance against the Mount Gilead Indians in the second edition of the Battle of 42 on the baseball diamond. Here from MG, it's the reservation, and we're set to see this classic rivalry take place live and free right here on the OH Report. It's coming up next right here.
We're all here to help each other, work together, and just at the end of the day, all become nurses one day.
If you picture yourself in a serious situation, it's like everyone knows what they're there to do, everyone's there to help each other. It's just teamwork.
As we continue to go on through the program, I think I'm learning more through help with the instructors and the program itself.
I feel that they have definitely prepared me on the education side, and I did get to experience some ICU time and ER time, so I do think that that was great as well for my education.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Tournament baseball is almost here, and the road to a championship is where local attention gets louder. From first pitch to the final out, families, fans, and communities will be locked in as the area's best teams chase their postseason moment. Now is the time to put your business in front of that audience. Sponsorship opportunities on the region's largest high school sports network are limited, and they will fill fast. Reach out today to secure your spot on the OH Report.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule. And it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
go between the bases. Brought to you by Sutton Bank here on the OH.REPORT as the Battle of 42 will commence momentarily as the Cardington Pirates come into town to the village of Mount Gilead as the Indians will take the field right here, right now as you see them on your screen. Mount Gilead this season, one of the threats to win the KMAC all the way up until the very end of the season, as were the Cardington-Lincoln Pirates. It was a very packed bunch in the middle of the standings, and these two teams, unfortunately on their end, dropped out later on in the season, and the East Knox Bulldogs were able to pull off the league title last week with 2 games to spare, as East Knox has a legendary season going on right now, but also these two teams looking to end it on the right note against each other. A classic rivalry, just 15 minutes separates these schools, and we'll talk about the Cardington Pirates coming up to the plate here momentarily to start out this game. First, 12-10. Their loss yesterday to these Mount Gilead Indians at home snapped a 4-game winning streak. They are the 7th seed in this district. In Division 6, they will play number 12 Wellington on Saturday, and we are just about set to go. We'll get to the rest of our pregame festivities in a moment, but a first pitch swing from Wyatt Denny's popped out to center field, and Hayden Summerlot will make out number 1 quickly. Replays today brought to you by BS Media. Mount Gilead apparently didn't need too much time to warm up. They took the field and didn't even let us get through our player spotlight for Cardington before taking the show. Josh Goers takes outside for ball 1. Goers will pitch today for Cardington. Next pitch. This one in there. Upper part of the zone from Cole Fricky, who is working the mound today. Next pitch from the senior. Swung on line out to center. Summerlot not able to get to that one. And that will be the first hit of the game, and it will come out of Cardington's bat with the sophomore. But focus in here quickly while we can on Cole Fricky, the pitcher today. Runner goes on the pitch. Strike, throw down, not in time. Josh Goers has the stolen base. So all it takes is one base runner. Cardington's got the speed to work themselves around the bases. Do they have the bats today? That's the answer. Only scored 3 runs last time. This one taken out to left field towards the gap. Jacob Wilt playing in the field makes out number 2. So Cole Fricky has been working awfully quick here early on in this game. So this season for him, 3-3 record, 2.56 ERA, 31 strikeouts. Hitters hitting 263 against him. First pitch to the next hitter is in there for a strike. This is Fisher Schuman. He's your player spotlight for Cardington. We'll talk about him a little bit more once we have some time here. He fouls this one back. Quickly down in the count, 0-2. In the field for Mount Gilead, Jacob Wilton left, Hayden Summerlot in center, Sipes in right. Nick Coder, the third baseman, Gage Baker at short, Fleeterer. This one's fouled back. Fleeterer at second base. Sias plays first. Young is behind the plate, and Cole Fricky is your pitcher. Count remains 0-2. Quick look back to second, not a big lead. The pitch, curveball taken out to center. Some work to do for Hayden, but he backs up and makes the catch for out number 3. So that will send us to the bottom half of the first. We'll stay here. Go ahead and talk about the Mount Gilead Indians who you're about to see take the bats. Their team spotlight. They had a tough sweep loss to East Knox last week that solidified the Bulldogs' league title. But Mount Gilead, outside of that, have won 4 of their last 6 games, a return back here at home after a 4-game road trip. And you see those games on your screen. They beat Cardington. They were able to take down Crestline as well. And then that East Knox loss on the road that gave the Bulldogs the KMAC title. Player spotlight for Mount Gilead. Coming in here today at the plate, Gage Baker is a threat to go long. 3 home runs this year. 24 RBI, and he is also towards the top of the KMAC in batting average. Him and then also Wyatt Denny, who you saw lead off the game for Cardington, are top 5 in that category. Gage also takes over the top 5 in many of the statistical categories hitting-wise for Mount Gilead. He has been truly a spectacle, not just there, but also on the mound this season. He has been spectacular. We'll go ahead and circle back here as we've got some time. Fisher Schuman just lined out to center to end the inning for Cardington at the plate, but he has been that clutch hitter of the year. 400 average, 14 extra base hits, including 12 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And then 29 RBI for Fisher this season. He is playing at third base today. Actually, they've swapped him over to shortstop. So the shortstop is Fisher Schuman today. As we head to the bottom half of the first, Hayden Summerlot, the center fielder, had two putouts as he takes a low strike one. Caught the first and third out of the first inning. Next pitch to Hayden, grounded over to third base. The throw from Wise across the diamond is in time for out number 1. Here's the lineup for Mount Gilead. Summerlot will lead off, the center fielder. Fricky is stepping up, the pitcher. Gage Baker bats third, the shortstop. Nick Coder is the third baseman. He will be in the cleanup spot. Young is the catcher, batting 5th. Batting 6th is Fleeter. Sias bats 7th. Zerman 8th, the DH. As this one fouled in the first pitch from Fricky. And then Sipes rounds out the lineup. Jacob Wilt today is a designated fielder playing out in left. This pitch misses outside. Count moves to 1-1. Josh Goers, the pitcher on the mound today. 4-3 record, 4.49 average, 44 strikeouts. That batting average against is a little high for where he wants to be, but just a sophomore, surely still developing for the Pirates. This one upper part of the zone, misses high. Count 2-1 here for Fricky. Pitcher's duel as this ball goes into the dirt to the backstop. Count moves to 3-1. Next pitch from Goers. From the stretch, fouled off by Cole. Game time conditions, Mount Gilead here, 54 degrees. Wind is starting to make it feel a little bit colder at 41, and a little bit is a stretch. Winds up to 26 miles per hour. This one ends up outside. It's ball 4. So Mount Gilead gets a base runner, as did Cardington in the top half of the first. Today is one of those great days to be in a press box like we are. Shout out to the Mount Gilead baseball facilities. Also shout out to softball playing in a tournament game across the way against East Knox. They lead at 3-2. They're still in the first inning. They started at 5 o'clock while we started promptly at 5:15. Gage Baker, one of the biggest threats at the plate in the KMAC, sees this pitch and drives it out to right field. Did he do it on cue? Yes, he did. Gage Baker, a 2-run shot. The wind carries it out to right, and it is quickly 2-0 MG. His 4th home run of the year comes in a rivalry matchup where they wanted him most. Show you a bit of the celebrations there at the end. It has been a special season for that kid right there. And I saw him eyeing us up as we came in. Kind of gave me that sense maybe he was swinging for the fences just for the show today. We appreciate that. First pitch to Nick Coder is low. He's ahead 1-0. And Coder watches that sail outside. So on just the 8th pitch of the game from Goers, he already sees one leave the yard. Goers fouls this off. It's 2-1. This one at the knees. That will stay low. Count moves to a hitter's count, 3-1. Field for Cardington, left to right in the outfield. Hartley in left. Center fielder Wyatt Denny. Right fielder Braden Allwood. Third baseman Blake Wise. The shortstop Schuman. This one's taken to Schuman. And he will throw across the diamond. Make out number 2. Finish out the field. Second baseman today, Evan Marquis. First baseman Abner Edgell makes the catch there. The catcher, James Fayant, and the pitcher, of course, Josh Goers. Here comes Wyatt Young. First pitch to Young, fouled up behind the Pirate dugout, into the woods. Goers fires fastball outside. Count even at 1. Gage Baker, 2-run shot just a few moments ago. Opened up the scoring today. This one grounded down the line. It's fair. Wyatt Young rounding to try and go for 2. Looks like the left fielder will play it well. Keep him to a single. So some 2-out hitting for Mount Gilead. Keeps the inning alive. We'll see the 6th hitter now, Brogan Fleeter. First pitch to him. Taken for a strike. It's a curveball. And my mistake, it's Fleiterer. Runner on first. 2 out. 0-1 count. They'll check the runner. Goer's going to try to lock back into the plate. Stepped off for a moment. Young with a lead. Stays put. This one grounded right back to the pitcher, and Fleiterer will be retired by Goers, who scooped it up with his offhand. Mount Gilead 2, Cardington nothing, as we end the first inning here in the OH Report.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Bit of a delay here as Wyatt Young was on the base paths for out number 3. The catcher had to put the gear on, but we are set to go here for the top half of the second. Cardington concedes a 2-run home run out of the bat of Gage Baker, who notches his 4th home run of the season. It was RBI 25 and 26, including himself. This one grounded foul, right over towards Coach Getzman. Count moves to 1-1. This is Blake Wise. Pitch to Wise. Swung on, fouled off again. Count moves to 1-2. Cole Fricky. That was his 13th pitch. He has been working quickly. Curveball, grounded over to short. Scooped by Baker after the home run. He'll record a put out. Did he? Yes, he did. It was awfully close. We'll slow this down. Did he lift his foot off the bag? You make the call at home. Maybe some extra stuff there. We'll take a look. I don't think we had the shot, but it seemed like Blake Wise had some words to say. Coach Getzman comes over. Everyone going back to their stations now, as nothing could be changed there. It's out number 1. So up now, James Fiant. The catcher takes ball 2. I'll tell you what, Cole Fricky, the pace he is working with on the mound. He's one of the fastest pitchers I've seen. This one grounded, and it's fair. The infield grass bounces it back in play. And Cardington does, in fact, get themselves a base runner. So Fiant will sit at first base. Evan Marquis steps up. Evan playing at second base today. Fricky's pitch misses high. He'll try to settle back in. So you had the bang-bang play at first where maybe you saw Sias's foot come off the bag. This one misses outside. Count moves to 2-0. Then you have the ground ball down the third base line that I thought initially was going foul, but then the spin on that ball took it back over the bag. Check to first. So one break goes Mount Gilead's way, and then immediately Cardington gets one of their own. Runner goes. Inside pitch. Hits the batter. Dead ball. Runner moves to second, and there's another going to first. So it chipped Evan on its way to the catcher's mitt. So he will be rewarded first base. Here comes Bryce Hartley to try and drive some runs in. 1 out, 2 on. Big gust of wind takes over the mound. Look back to second. The pitch just misses high. There's one right down the middle. And then this one fouled away. I mean, I'll tell you what, Cole's not really giving me too much time to talk here. From the stretch, he's staying composed. The pitch. Fastball lined out to right field. This will drop. Backtracking on it is Sipes. He'll throw it the cutoff man, rounding home. Fiant will score. Close play at the plate. He slides in to make it 2-1. Mount Gilead holds the lead, but Cardington starting to chip away. Now they've got 2 in scoring position. So book it an RBI double for Bryce Hartley. And that will bring up the 9-hole hitter, Braden Allwood. Lefty in the box, the pitch. First pitch swing, fouled off. Allwood did not bat last night in the lineup today. Grounds out to first, but he does score the tying run. So a routine 4-3 ground out, but it does bring an RBI for the 9-hole hitter, and it refreshes the lineup. Wyatt Denny steps in, 0 for 1 with a pop-out. First pitch takes it outside. Got a chance to take the lead back quickly here for Cardington. Next pitch. Low. Fricky going to have to tread carefully. Denny, second in the KMAC in average, just under 500. This one fouled back. Count moves to 2-1. This will be pitch 30 for Fricky on the mound. Hartley at third base. The pitch. Denny drives it. High hop. Baker able to scoop, and he records the third out. Run does not count. We head to the bottom of the second, tied up at 2 on the OH report.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Bottom of the second, we are all square at 2. So Mount Gilead put 2 on the board thanks to a Gage Baker home run in the bottom of the first. And what does Cardington do on the other side? They quickly respond, putting 2 runs on the board. It was an RBI double from Bryce Hartley that got the scoring started, put runners at second and third, and it allowed Braden Allwood to simply ground out to second and score that second run of the game. So the Pirates quickly even it up. It's a whole new game here as we head to the bottom of the second. And at the plate, this is Lane Sias, who takes a strike here. Counts 1-1. Next pitch to Sias. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. Sias yesterday, 1 for 5, 2 RBI. Both pitchers have been working awfully quick. Next pitch. Curveball. Sneaks in the zone, inside corner. It's strike 3 for Josh Goers, his first strikeout today. An explosive out number 1 for the pitcher on the mound. He'll reset on the next hitter. Ends up outside. This is Brock Zerman. Zerman now takes a strike. Count moves to 1-1. Zerman 2 for 3 yesterday. 2 walks. 2 runs scored. Takes this one out to left field. Wind's going to kill it. There's out number 2 recorded in left by Bryce Hartley. Wind blowing in from left field, taking everything right. So right-handers in the box, not going to have too much success pulling the ball. First pitch swing, ground ball over to second base. Rushing in, the throw will be made by Marquis. It is not in time. That infield grass kind of killed it. And Marquis playing back could not rush in time. So the top of the order now comes up. Hayden Summerlot takes ball one. Hayden is 0 for 1. Throw over to first. Awfully close, but not in time. Next pitch. Summerlot belts it out to left again. Making chase. Hartley records the third out. No runs this time. We stay put 2-2, heading to 3.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Top half of the third here on the OH Report. Josh Goers will look at the first pitch in the dirt. Goers today 1 for 1. Puts this one in play. Out towards Summerlot. Long way to go in the gap. And you see that wind take it towards right center field. It'll drop, and Goers has a double. He'll stay put. I mean, Hayden had the wheels going there at center field. Still couldn't get to the ball. Able to field it quickly enough to hold Josh to just a double. But Cardington, their bats have come alive here early on. Look back to second. It's probably the most patient we have seen Cole at the bump today. However, it results in a high and inside ball one. Speeds it up this time. Grounder into the 6 hole. Goers rounding. He's going to be held by Getzman. Cardington going to try for the second base, but ultimately pulled back there. Schuman settles for first. Runners on the corners. And time will be called. Fricky will have to chat it up with his head coach. Mark Kennan makes his way out. Coach Getzman will talk to his base runners and also Abner Edgell, who's going to step in here to the plate. This was where the game changed yesterday, but it was on Mount Gilead's side. The top of the third saw 7 runs come across for the Indians in a game that Mount Gilead ultimately won 15-3. I'm sure the pep talk isn't necessarily, let's try not to have that happen to us today. But it is going to be a pitching change here. So short leash for Cole Fricky. And that will bring in Nick Coder to pitch. Coder 1-1 record this year, 4.97 ERA, 12 strikeouts on the young, or it's not so young, on the aging season, I guess you could say. but he comes in with 2 runners on in the corners. And he will be asked to weather this storm. So a quick pitching change from Coach Kennan. We'll see how it works out. Edgell yesterday doubled. Can he do it again, this time with runners on base? Runner goes from first. Schuman will be given second base. Pitch was called a strike. It's 0-1. Next pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Quickly ahead, 0-2. That's what you like to see out of your newly installed pitcher. Wind picking up. This fastball nearly got away. Good scoop by Young behind the plate. As that wind is really starting to roar. And I'm looking to my left, some Mount Gilead fans nearly losing their blankets. Fastball taken into the gap. And Cardington will take the lead here in the third. Wilt fields it, keeps that second runner at third. Back to square one. As Cardington now leads 3-2. Josh Gower scores. Schuman still sitting at third base. And Edgell with an RBI single. Now it's up to Wise, who fouls off the first pitch. Quick look to first, the pitch. This one put in play. Wilt took maybe 2 steps to make the catch, but it will be deep enough to score Fisher. And Mount Gilead now trails 2-4. James Fyatt looking to try and usher in some 2-out hitting for Cardington with Abner at first. And, of course, you've got Coder at the bump. Trying to keep it to just 2 runs here. Neither of them will be booked towards him. Fricky will earn 2 more earned runs. Line shot to second base. Good job stopping it. They will throw to first. And the runner's safe there. Here's a look again. Potential for the 4-6-3 double play. Couldn't quite turn it. Maybe if it was fielded cleanly off the glove of Fleiterer, they would have been able to get it done, but that's strict. It was a hard hit ball. Up now, Evan Marquis. Next pitch from Coder. Gets a swing and a miss. From the stretch, the 1-1 from Coder. In the dirt. Two outs, 1 on, 4-2, Cardington. Here in the top of the third, the pitch. Ends up low and outside. Count moves to 3-1. It's a hitter's count for Evan Marquis, who walked earlier in the game. Very good lead. Runner goes. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Baker, who moves to the hot corner and records the third out. Cardington puts 2 more on here in the third. They lead it by 2 as Mount Gilead goes and grabs some bats here on the OH Report.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Top part of the order due up. This is 2-3-4. Cole Fricke will step into the plate. You see Gage Baker on your screen there underneath. Hit the 2-run home run to get Mount Gilead on the board in the first inning. He is on deck in this situation as Josh Gowers continues to work for Cardington. Fricke was the pitcher for I believe it was just 2 innings. Didn't record any outs there in the third before he was taken out. It'll be 4 earned runs to his name. His final line, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, no walks, no strikeouts. He did hit Evan Marquis with a pitch, though. Fricke in the box. Swings at the first pitch, takes it over to shortstop. It'll be a tough play to make as the speed from Cole cannot quite get there. Great job by the shortstop, Schuman. You'll see he fielded it pretty well off the glove, tapped it to his throwing hand, and made the delivery for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Baker on the first pitch, pops this up in play. Running in, nobody called it. And Baker reaches on the error. It was probably the first baseman's ball, but he backed away, assuming that he was going to see Marquis come in for the catch. It never came, and Baker on the error will reach first base. Short lead as Nick Coder takes ball 1. .222 average coming into today. 10 RBI. Grounder over to third. No chance for the double play as Gage Baker was going on the pitch. But that will be out number 2. And really thinking about it, probably should have been out number 3 despite the error there from second base to get Baker on the bag. With that, here comes Wyatt Young. Young takes low. Wyatt this season, .276 hitter, 15 RBI. That is second on the team. 2 doubles this year. He is 1 for 1 today. Takes a high strike. Moves the count to 1-1. Mount Gilead looking to try and tie it here, if not at least chip away. In the bottom of the third, the pitch. Swung on, popped up. This may stay in play. It won't, not quite. Goes behind the first base dugout. Count moves to 1-2. Josh Gowers, that was his 37th pitch. Second baseman holding Baker on the bag. This one just misses. Moves the count to 2-2. The pitch. Breaking ball heads into the dirt. We are full. Wyatt back in the box. The pitch. Runner goes. It's ball 4. Runner actually stopped halfway to third base. Baker looked like he was going to go, but he retreats back. Runners on first and second, 2 out. That will bring up Brogan Flatter. This one dips. Brogan ahead in the count, 176 hitter, 8 RBI on the season. This would be a big momentum booster for him heading into postseason play if he can drive in one. 2-0. Brogan is 0 for 1 in this game. Next pitch to him. Swung on a line at the shortstop. Chested down. Schuman throws to first. It's not in time. I mean, Fisher Schuman ate that off the chest, scooped it up, threw over to first. Still wasn't in time, and the bases are loaded. Talk about laying it out for your team here in a rivalry game. Both the batter and the fielder there using everything they had. That brings up Lane Sias in a big RBI spot here. Sias swings, fouls it away. Count moves to 1-1. Goers trying to deal with the bottom of the order. Lane Sias sees the pitch, and it chips off the bat foul. It didn't even look like he swung. Yeah, it was a check, but it was so far inside that he was able to make contact on it. 2 outs, bases loaded, big chance for MG. Here's the pitch. Nice take from him, it's high. Thought about swinging again. On deck is Brock Zerman. The pitch from Goers. Curveball grounded to third, and it ends up in the glove of the third baseman, Blake Wise. It is out number 3. Gets him out of a bases-loaded jam. It's 4-2 Pirates as we head to the 4th.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
This has truly been a sight to behold today. We head into the top of the 4th. Cardington up 4-2. These two teams, you could say it, and I don't think you'd be able to say it true enough. These teams don't like each other. As that curveball hits Hartley, he will be granted first base to lead off this 4th inning. The Battle of 42, always fun to watch. And these two teams have been playing their hearts out as of late. I mean, we saw a ground ball go off the chest of the shortstop for Cardington in the last inning. He did not bat an eye. He just simply went down, tried to field it, throw it over to first. Wasn't able to get the runner, but still it was good hustle. Next pitch here is bunted perfectly. The throw, though, will get him. The sacrifice works. Hartley moves to second. Allwood retired. That moves Wyatt Denny back to the plate as the top of the order comes up for the Pirates. Nick Coder came in the 3rd inning. was able to record all 3 outs, but not without giving up 2 Cardington runs. Here he is again, trying to avoid the same thing. Fastball in there for a strike. Wyatt Denny 0 for 2, line out and a ground out to short. This one gets away from Young, and it will be another base here for Cardington. 90 feet up goes Bryce Hartley. That'll go down as a pass ball. First baseman in on the grass. He'll now back up level with the bag. The pitch. Denny swings and misses. Or it looks like he got a nick on it. Count moves to 1-2 nonetheless. From the stretch, runner on third. This one ends up high. Count moves to 2-2. Cardington trying to make it 5-2 with anything in play, with nobody out. Actually, there is one out. Grounder over to Hayden. He'll throw to first and get him in time, but the run scores. It's 5-2. So Denny's 0 for 3, which is rare to see, but he still drives in a run. That'll bring up Josh Goers. Josh is 2 for 2 with a run scored. In the dirt here, Coder loses command. Next pitch. Up in the zone, a late strike call, but it is called. 1-1 to count. Goers has been the thorn on Mount Gilead's side the last 2 days. Next pitch, curveball low. 1 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. 2 for 2 today. Next pitch, inside. Trying to back him off the plate. Count moves to 3-1. Next pitch, fastball driven out to center. That's headed towards the gap. It'll drop. 1 hop off the wall. Josh Goers already with a double today. He's going to go 3. Cutoff man, throw to third will be high. It is a single, double, and a triple for Josh Goers. I mean, what a day. Him and Gage Baker also with a nice little chat there at third base. I mean, both of them have been the best hitters, so maybe just sharing the love for just a little bit there. 5-2 game with just 1 out. There's a chance to continue to score, and they will. Outmade there at first. That's the 3rd out. So run will not score. Count moves to the score moves to 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th next.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Five to 2 here between Cardington and Mount Gilead. Looking across the way at softball, the lead is ballooned there. It's a playoff game for the Mount Gilead Lady Indians, and they lead East Knox through 3, 12-2. They just took the field to start the top of the fourth. We have taken the field to start the bottom of the fourth in a quicker moving game, despite the score. Both pitchers have kind of installed the quick pitch method today. At least Goers has, and then also Fricky, who is the starter for Mount Gilead, and then Nick Coder came on, and seems like he's been working just as quick, if not even quicker. These guys must have somewhere to be tonight. First pitch swing. That's been the story of today as well. Sherman will reach first base as that eats up Schuman in the infield grass. That'll go down as the first error of the game, I believe. It'd actually be the second, and it is the second on Cardington. That's right. They had that pop-up over there at second base, if you can recall, an inning ago. Curveball in the zone. It's a strike. This is Sipes, the 9-hitter. He was squaring down to bunt, so those corner infielders going to be charging in here. Goers will look to first. Not a big lead. He'll focus on the hitter. This one bunted foul. So quickly down 0-2. Ryan Sipes in a tight spot. He's 1 for 1 today. But now he will be forced to swing away. Don't see a world where he tries to lay down a bunt for strike 3. Nobody out, the 0-2. High and away. Zerman running the paths at first. Sipes at the plate. On deck is Hayden Summerlot. Next pitch. In the dirt. Sipes 200 hitter. 2 doubles and a triple this season. Next pitch. Inside, it gets away. And Zerman gifted 90 feet. Count also moves to 3-2 on the hitter, so first base moves to unoccupied, but it may not be for long. Goers from the stretch, steps on the rubber. Payoff pitch on the way. Curveball. Misses outside. It's ball 4. So first base finds a new inhabitant. And that will bring the top of the order to the plate. Hayden Summerlot is 0 for 2. Squares to bunt, pulls back. That curveball finds its way back in the zone. Summerlot, 329 hitter. 10 RBI on the season. This is an RBI opportunity. Instead, he'll pull back for strike 2. Neither pitch looked too enticing for him to lay down a bunt. And because of that, he'll be forced to swing away. Next pitch. Fights one off, fouls it away. Reached out of the zone for it. As Goers is nearing 60 pitches on the mound. First and second, nobody out. Summerlot stays alive. Zerman at second. Runner at first is Sipes. Next pitch, taken out to right center. Long way to go. Denny will not find it. Late start from the runner at second will force everybody up 90 feet. It was Zerman at second who was stuck on the bag trying to tag. Didn't think that the ball was going to drop, but it did. And a big base running mistake if things go south from here, could keep Mount Gilead scoreless in the inning. Of course, bases are loaded with nobody out, so still a lot of optimism. And this ball gets away, and Zerman stays conservative. He'll stay put at third. Now that takes a lot of discipline because a guy could definitely take that base running mistake and then try to get over aggressive immediately. As they'll go 4 here on the ground ball to the pitcher. Throw to first is a double play. Nightmare scenario for Mount Gilead as a runner at third thrown out at home, and then they turn it into a double play. Second and third, 2 outs. But the good news is you're going to have some pop at the lineup. First base was open, so they gave it to Gage Baker. An intentional walk now brings up Nick Coder. Coder in the dirt. Takes ball 1. Coder with 10 RBI this season. Can he add to his total? Coder quickly ahead, 2-0. Cardington 5, Mount Gilead 2, bases loaded, 2 out. Here's the 2-0. Coder takes ball 3. You got to think he's really going to have to like it to swing at all these next maybe even 2 pitches. I think for certain he's taken here. He does. It's ball 4, and he hypes up his teammates before heading to first base. It's now 3-5. Cardington still leads by 2. It was one of the most obvious take scenarios that you could really dream up. And because of that, Nick Coder reaches first base. Up now is Wyatt Young. He's 1 for 1. Takes strike 1. Boy, if you're goers, you were really hoping you had that in the last at bat. Young's third time up to the plate. Curveball dips this time into the dirt. It's 1-1. Recorded a base hit his first time up, walked the second time up. Next pitch from Goers. Swung on line, up the middle, it's a base hit. Summerlot scores. Baker on his horse to home. It's tied. It is a 2 RBI single out of Wyatt Young, who is now 2 for 2 on the day. And here in the bottom of the 4th, we are knotted at 5. Baker, your early MVP candidate with the 2-run shot, may have just been dethroned by Wyatt Young. Big swing and a miss out of Fleiderer, who goes down 0-1 now at the plate. Going up against Goers, who has now conceded 2 more to tie this. Next pitch to Brogan is in for strike 2. Josh dialing in after conceding the 2 RBI single. First and second, 2 out. Here's the 0-2. Fastball lined, and this will drop fair. Coder rounding third. Ball just now picked up, and Mount Gilead takes the lead. Look at the hustle around third there from Nick Coder, able to score. Young moves to second, and on the single, Brogan gets himself first base, and he gives the Indians the lead. What a fourth inning here from Mount Gilead, a 4-spot on the board and counting. Next pitch, curves out of the zone. Lane Sias, 0 for 2 today, looking to try and reverse his fortunes. And this ball will get away. Rounding third, Young, maybe a little bit too antsy. He was thinking about going an extra base there on the wild pitch. Count moves to 2-1. 6-5 Indians. Lane Sias at the plate. On deck is Brock Zerman. The next pitch, curveball in there. Josh promptly goes for his best pitch that has worked a ton today. It's that curveball that curves into the inside part of the zone. Sias fouls this off. It's 2-2 still. From the stretch, the pitch to Sias. Fouled off. We continue on. Another baseball lost to the woods. Young at third. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Took some off of it. And Josh Goers gets out of the second and third jam. That is his second strikeout today. But Mount Gilead puts 4 on the board. It is 6-5 as we head to the 5th.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Taking a look at softball across the way, it looks like we just shared with you before Mount Gilead went on that 4-run stretch that East Knox was down 12-2. They have scored 5 runs in the 4th, and it looks like it's in counting. So they're still out to the plate in a 12-7 game now, where things are getting interesting over there in postseason action. Abner Engel's going to step in here for Cardington as they look to respond to a 4-run romp there in the bottom of the 4th from Mount Gilead. Abner takes strike 1. Indians have been red hot at the plate coming into this game. They've scored 10-plus runs in 3 of their last 4 games. They put 15 up yesterday against Cardington. They put 12 up against Crestline. Abner swings through this one. It's strike 2. And Mansfield Christian was the venue for their game 4 games ago where they put up 13 in a 13-1 win. Swing and a miss here. Great job by Young holding on behind the plate. It's the first strikeout today, I believe, for either pitcher. Yeah, Coder gets his first strikeout. Fricky didn't record any in his start. There's a quick out, number 1. This will bring up Blake Wise, the 5-hitter. Curveball ends up outside. Cardington, you could also argue, has been hitting the ball pretty well this season, as backing away there was Wise. Especially early on in May. High hopper, scoop up by Hayden. The throw across will pull the first baseman off the bag. It's an infield single. But Cardington, last 5 games, of course, scored 3 in their loss to Mount Gilead yesterday. Scored 4 against Danville. It was a lower scoring game there. Also 5 against Danville in game 1. But then before that, 2 games before that, they played Loudonville, won 16-0. Then played, I believe that's Fairfield Christian, 19-11 in that game. As we've got a balk. Coder is called for a balk that will give Cardington second base. Coder's convinced he did not do anything wrong, but he'll have to shake it off. 1 out, runner on second now. Corner infielder's in. And this ball in the dirt. James Fiant at the dish. On deck is Marquis. Fastball inside, ball 3. Look back to second, the pitch. In there for a strike, taking all the way was James, the catcher today. Cardington coming up to end their regular season will play some interesting matchups. As this one's grounded up over the first baseman, and this ball will get away. Runner towards third, heading home, play at the plate, not in time. And it will get to the backstop. Runner at first advances to second. Here's the whole sequence again, brought to you by BS Media. Corner infielders were in, so that play became much tougher for Mount Gilead. And because of that, we are tied now. Great hustle from Fiant across the bases. Heading to second. Also, of course, even better hustle from Blake Wise, who scores on that play to knot us at 6. Coder going to try and dial back in on the plate. His fastball misses high here to Evan Marquise. Coder looks back to second. The pitch in the dirt. Wind really picking up. This one will fall in front of the catcher. Young, throw to third. Safe. Awfully close play. Will slow it down for you. Maybe a bit of a high throw, and that's being picky. Allows Fiant to sneak in there. Runner moves to third. Looks like there was some jarring there in the Mount Gilead dugout, so the umpire went over to talk to some players. Pitch was called a ball. It's 3-0. That one on the knees, called a strike. Game time conditions were 55 degrees and partly cloudy. There's strike 2. We have moved to pretty much entirely cloudy, and the temperature has dropped 3 degrees, 52. The payoff is low. It is ball 4 for Evan Marquise. Runners on the corners, and one of the more dangerous hitters today at least steps up to the plate. This is Bryce Hartley, 1 for 1 with an RBI. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Runner goes from first. The throw down will be cut off by Summerlot. So they'll concede second base. Marquise heads in. Sits there at second. Fiant at third. 1 out. Looks like they want a ball change here. They'll get that. Cardington's schedule coming up. They'll play on Friday on the road. They'll head to Mount Vernon, play the Yellow Jackets. And then on next week, they'll play at New Albany. Talk about a tune-up game. Count moves to 1-1 here. Hartley in the right-handed batter's box. Third baseman in. The pitch is low. 2-1. Coder moving towards 50 pitches. Next pitch. Inside, ball 4. And I was way off on that count. My apologies. Bases now loaded. And time going to be called. We saw an early pitching change from Cole Fricke. They moved to Coder in the third. We'll see if we get another change as the infield's going to come in and chat. So the base is now loaded, 1 out. Quick chat with Coach Kennan. Outfielders meet in center field, too. Braden Allwood will be the hitter. They'll stick with Coder. But if things get dicey by the time we head to the top of the order, which is on deck, expect a change. 6-6, Cardington leads. Or I guess it's a tie game. But Cardington threatening to take the lead. With the bases juiced, 1 out. Lefty in the box. Allwood takes strike 1. There's another one. Coder takes the talk well. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Bases juiced. Corner infielder's in as that one heads to the dirt. Nick Coder from the stretch, the pitch. 1-2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Allwood retired on strikes. Coder does as asked by Coach Kennan. Gets them to a 2-out situation, but now the real task begins as Wyatt Denny steps up. That task Mount Gilead has been up to so far in this game. Wyatt is 0 for 3. Curveball. 12-6. Ends up in the dirt for strike 1. Or for ball 1. Next pitch, grounded over to third base. Baker will apply the tag, and Mount Gilead gets out of it. 6-6 here in the battle of 42. Up next is your 5th inning stretch. So take a moment, get up wherever you're watching this game from on the OH.REPORT, get your chance to stretch. Presented by Sutton Bank. As you see, the wind is taking this thing straight to right field, and that is where we saw our first runs of the game scored on a 2-run shot out of Gage Baker. It was his 4th home run of the season. RBI 25 and 26 for Gage in what has been a very, very special season for the Mount Gilead power hitter. A lot of action just went down there in this top half of the 5th, so that forces me to change up the line score. We'll get that up for you momentarily. But Mount Gilead commits their first error of the game there in that frame. But there is that line score. It has been awfully busy. We've seen runs scored in every single inning up to this point. We've already seen our run accounted for here in the 5th. So we'll reset. And soon enough, we'll get going here with the bottom of the fifth. Want to thank our sponsors bringing you live and free coverage today from Mount Gilead. Shout out to Sutton Bank, Central Star Home Health, Scout Construction, Avita Home Health, and North Central State College. Fifth inning from Clear Fork today. It is 16-0 in playoff action against Vermilion. It's on the softball diamond. That's our other game here today on the OH Report. Also going on, Hillsdale Falcons playing some baseball as we see a swing and a miss here out of Zerman. Count moves to 1-1. 7-1 Bulldogs lead Downton over Hillsdale right now. This one popped up foul. Counts 1-2. Next pitch, line to Schuman. One hop throw. Takes Abner off the bag, but he's able to get there in time for out number one. Get you some other score updates as we sit here in the bottom of the fifth. At the plate, Ryan Sipes. First pitch swinging, grounds it over to second base. The scoop and throw is in time for out number two. Danville softball traveling to West Muskingum to play a quality opponent down there. They lead 12-4 in the bottom of the fourth. Danville softball preparing for what could be a run to regionals, maybe even the state tournament, as they are, as of right now, co-champions with Centerburg in the KMAC. Fastball taken dead center field, but Wyatt Denny right there. And it is out number three. Quickest inning to date here from Mount Gilead. Keeps it 6-6 as we head to, you guessed it, the top of the sixth.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Mount Gilead sticking with their guy on the mound. Nick Coder will continue to work. Josh Goers at the plate. He is a home run shy of the cycle. Single, double, and a triple in that order today. Just the sophomore. You know he's going to be swinging for the fences. Strike one. Check you in on some other scores. Mapleton leads 16-1 on the softball diamond against Wellington, as that one's called strike two. Goer's not too happy with the call. Fastball low in the dirt. Waynedale leads Smithville in baseball 4-1. Next pitch. In the dirt again. Count moves to 2-2. Centerburg taking on Fredericktown. They won yesterday 9-5. Trojans lead today 9-2. Next pitch. This one fouled back. But you can see there's a little bit of extra oomph on his swings here. He's trying to go yard earn himself a cycle. The next pitch, swung on, fouled off, goes off the ankle of Goers. He'll walk it off. Loudonville taking on Northmore. That is baseball action. 9-0 Golden Knights. And then Clear Fork baseball playing Galleon. They lead 11-0. Curveball, inside corner, just missed. It's 3-2. Coder going to work here from the windup against Josh Goers. The payoff. Swung on, grounded. Baker will run over, cannot field it. It's a 4-for-4 day from Goers, and you will say maybe he was looking for the long ball, but hey, you'll take a base here in a tie game. Fisher Schuman, our player spotlight today, steps up. Takes high for ball one. Top of the sixth here, 6-6. Runner on first is Josh Goers. The pitch. Reached at atop the zone. Line out here to Cole Fricky for out number one. Fricky started on the mound today. He moved to center field. The shift in the field, we'll go ahead and give you that now. It's been like this for the last few innings, but it's Wilt in left, Sipes in right. Of course, Fricky made the catch in center. They moved Gage Baker from short to third. As this ball's low, the throw down, not in time. Goers has a stolen base. So they moved Gage from short to third. Summerlot was in center. He moves into shortstop. And then the rest of the field is the same. You've got Sias at first. Second baseman is Fleiderer. Behind the plate is Young. And this pitch fools Abner. Count moves to 2-1 as Coder deals in a curveball strike. Softball, Mount Gilead still leads 12-9. This one driven out to right field. Towards the track, catch made. They'll concede third base as the tag up is successful for Goers. That is allowed out number two. You got to think, anything taken out to right field, anyone here in the crowd is holding a breath. Because there's potential that really anything hit towards right field could leave the yard today. Curveball misses to Blake Wise. Fastball grounded over to short. Summerlot scoops cleanly to throw to first, also clean. Sias makes the catch. Prevents the run from scoring. Will stay tied at 6 as we head to the bottom half.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Cole Fricky will lead off for Mount Gilead here in the bottom of the 6th as the Indians look to try and take the lead and force Cardington to their final 3 outs potentially in the 7th. So it looks like we had a 3-run home run across the way just a moment ago for Mount Gilead to make it 15-9 in a sectional playoff game going on at the softball diamond today. Fricky takes ball 1 here. Next pitch to him, grounded over towards shortstop. Backhand scoop from Schuman. The throw is high, but a nice catch by Abner. Is out number 1. Schuman has been busy over there at shortstop. That time a clean throw. 2 errors today for Cardington. 1 by the shortstop Schuman, 1 by the second baseman Evan Marquise. Gage Baker was intentionally walked last time up. He takes a strike at the knees there. If there's anybody that's going to go long, it's him. Takes there, ball outside. Got a 2-run shot in the first. Was able to use his opposite field power to take it out to right field. Curveball. Taking that same direction towards the gap. Will not be caught, and Baker will settle for the single. Nice throw in from right field. That goes down as Baker's second hit of the day. He's now 2 for 3 with 2 RBI, a walk, and 2 runs. So bring up Nick Coder, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. So the leading run is on. Pitch to Coder low. It's a strike. Goers continues to work on the mound. Next pitch. Baker goes. Ball hit and play. Gage is going to have to retreat. Right fielder makes the catch. It's Allwood for out number 2. Baker took off for second, and Coder took that as a hit-and-run situation. Unfortunately, popped it up in the air. So the man of the hour now going to step in. Wyatt Young, 2 for 2, 2 RBI, and a walk. He's been busy today at the plate, looking to keep himself available for these Indians as they're down to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner goes again. Outside pitch. The throw down not nearly in time to get Baker. Gage in with a smooth slide. Tying run, or I guess the leading run, is now at second. Young takes. The count 2-0. Big spot for MG. Next pitch is low, a bit outside for ball 3. It's 3-0. With 2 outs, the question now becomes, does Wyatt have the green light here? Next pitch. Answer's no. He'll take his base. That will bring in Brogan Fleiderer. The second baseman is 2 for 3 with an RBI in this game. He has also had the hot bat. First pitch to him is a strike. Mount Gilead has 3 players with 2 hits today. All 3 of them are out on the field. Bit antsy there on that one. Low curveball. Swung out for strike 2. Baker at second has 2 hits. Young at first has 2 hits. And Brogan looking for 3 here. The pitch to him is high. 6-6 Cardington. Looking to get to the 7th with a chance to take the lead and not have to fight for their lives. Curveball is fouled back. Mount Gilead looking for anything in the field to bring Baker around to score. He's got the hustle in him to score on anything. This one taken to left. Wind will kill it. The left fielder makes the catch. Bryce Hartley records out number 3. And that will send us to the 7th, all knotted at 6. Crunch time coming up here on the OH Report.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Hayden Summerlot will get the call to try and keep Cardington off the board with a good part of the lineup due here for the Pirates coming in on the road after a tough loss to Mount Gilead yesterday, 15-3. They have made the Indians fight for every bit here in this one as we stay tied at 6 here in the top of the 7th. It will be James Fyatt up to the plate for the Pirates. Wind picking up again. It continues to blow in from left field over towards the right field foul pole. Fyatt today is 2 for 3 with a run scored. The first pitch to him from Hayden is inside for ball 1. We have right now a combined 36 runs between the baseball and softball field as this one's grounded over to short. Baker moves back to shortstop. He'll field the play, and there is out number 1. It is a bad day to be a baseball or a softball in Mount Gilead. However, Fyatt there retired on the ground out. That will bring up Evan Marquise. From the windup, Summerlot deals a low, ball 1. Next pitch quickly. Swung on and missed. Evan reached out of the zone for it. Counts 1-1. Evan is 0 for 1 with a walk. Good pitch from Hayden, just misses the lower inside corner. Next delivery. Another quick pitch, and maybe paid for it there as it squares the back of Marquis, who's now on as the go-ahead run. Hit him square on the back right there. And that will bring up Bryce Hartley. Bit of a pause here. Give you a look at the field again. Not going to go through everybody, just the changes of notes. Summerlot on the mound moves Coder to third. This pitch in for a strike to Bryce Hartley. And in that move to third for Coder moves Gage Baker over to short, who made the first put out here in the 7th. Hartley pops this up in foul ground. No room for Sias. He'll watch it go into a Mount Gilead resident's backyard for strike 2. 0-2 pitch sails high. Not able to get a reach out of Hartley at the plate. Next pitch to Bryce. Swung on and missed. The curveball gets him. Hayden Summerlot records the 3rd Mount Gilead strikeout today. Coder had 2. That will be out number 2. And he gets a swing and a miss out of Braden Allwood. Important out here, as you don't want to see Wyatt Denny in the 7th. This one fouled off, so Hayden Summerlot straight business here, quickly getting to an 0-2 count on Braden Allwood. The leadoff from first, the pitch, runner goes, it's strike 3. Don't have to worry about that runner at first when you deal like that. Hayden Summerlot, back-to-back strikeouts, and the Indians headed to the plate to try and win it in the 7th.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
Bottom 7, do the Mount Gilead Indians have a walk-off in them here today? Lane Sias will foul off the first pitch as Goers comes in for a 7th inning of work. His line so far, 8 hits allowed, 6 runs, all earned, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. Coach Getzman has not backed down from his guy. Charging in here, Schuman throws to first. There is out number 1. So Schuman makes the put out. It's a 6-3, and that will bring up Brock Zerman. 7, 8, 9, part of the lineup here in the 7th. That was the 7. Here's the 8. Goers up to 103 pitches. And he deals a strike like that was his first pitch of the game. My goodness, great curveball. Next delivery, low and away. Coach Getzman riding his sophomore until his arm falls off of his shoulder. Curveball. Moves the count to 2-1. Cardington also does not want to see the top of the order come up here in the 7th. This one popped up in foul ground. Abner on his high horse to try and make a play. It'll go just out of play. Counts 2-2. The 2-2 count, bases empty. 1 out here in the inning. Pitch 109 from Goers. Taken over towards center. Tails left. And out number 2 made by Hartley. And up comes the 9 for Mount Gilead, Ryan Sipes. Looking to try and become the go-ahead and winning run. Sipes swings through, misses for strike one. Sipes is 1 for 2. As we'll see Goers get to 110 pitches. Ball outside. Next delivery. Inside. Taken for ball 2. On deck is Hayden Summerlot. Next pitch. Swung on and missed. Bat was just over the ball that ended up on the low part of the zone. Two outside. Full count. The payoff pitch is fouled away. Goers really has to be careful. Don't want to concede a base runner. We will see a second payoff pitch in the AB. Here it is. Swung on line into the right field line. And it will be a 2-out single for Mount Gilead. Great swing to make it a 2-for-3 day from Ryan Sipes. And it keeps his Indians in the conversation here in the 7th for a potential walk-off. Pressure now shifts to number 4 in white in the right-handed batter's box. Summerlot 1 for 4. First pitch swinging, line to center. Station to station, move the Indians. Cole Fricky now stepping in. Summerlot moves to a 2-for-5 day. Goers up to 117 pitches after this one. Fricky takes. The zone starting to shrink here at the wrong time for Cardington. That ball looks awfully close. Next pitch to Fricky. Swung on, fouled back. Eats at the chest of Blue, who drops. Count will move to 1-1, of course. The focus on the umpire behind the plate, who had that foul ball appear to hit him, as I'm watching him, hit him on the collarbone on his right side. It skipped all of the padding pretty much. He's trying to stretch out that shoulder. Mount Gilead coaching staff doing a good job just making sure he's all right. And it seems like he is going to step back in here quickly and try to fight through the rest of this game. Credit to Goers, who comes over, checks if he's all right. So after the tough shot off of the foul tip, he's got a grin on his face. He's ready to go. He knows the importance of this at-bat right here. Cole Fricky in a 6-6 game, the bottom of the 7th. Line drive in the left. This ball will drop. Rounding third is Sipes. Here's the ball game, folks, and it's going to Mount Gilead. Cole Fricky with the walk-off single to score Sipes in a 7-6 final for the Mount Gilead Indians. Moves their record to 15-7 on the year. They'll end KMAC play at 8-6. Cole Fricky, the walk-off hero. It solidifies a sweep of Cardington. We'll step aside, take a break with your walk-off hero. Coming up next as our MVP on the OH Report.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
most valuable player today is the walk-off hero against Cardington in a big rivalry game. Mount Gilead secures the sweepstakes to an RBI single in left by Cole Fricky, who joins us here today. RBI single for you. Got the start on the mound as well. Can you shift a little bit this way for me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Congratulations to you. 7-6 here as you take down Cardington. Of course, rivalry game always has high stakes, but what did it mean here to drive one out and send us home in the 7th?
Oh, just, coming into this game, well, we got a big win yesterday, and just to come in here and have a close game, a good, tight game, and then in the 7th inning, we walked off a few games before this, and so we just knew we can do it, just confidence, and I just got 2 ducks on a pond, as we say, and drove one out to left, and it worked out. That's all it is.
And, hey, this team has been dealing at the plate. You've scored 10-plus runs in 3 of your last 4 games. Of course, come up shy here today, but still very busy on the base paths, and it was your job on the inverse side to stop them at the plate, Cardington at the plate, and put a good pitching performance together. You did that,
right?
Did your job quickly in the game, and then left it to the committee. Talk about the group effort there on the mound.
Oh, we knew we got a few games ahead. They kind of canceled on us, so we knew we had a ton of arms tonight in case something went wrong. Like my arm wasn't great, but we did all right. But just to know and have the confidence that I got more guys behind me in case I'm not pitching well. I didn't have Nick come up or Hayden come up and throw like they did. That's great,
Well, you do that in a winning effort, which is always great to see. Well, congratulations to you. Of course, postseason coming up next week. You know
right.
where you're going to be going, and
yep.
It's just down to execution at this point. But late in the season, after wrapping up a KMAC campaign, where does the momentum shift now in practice?
Oh, just focusing on the team we got next. We know who it is. They had a guy scouting us last night. Our coach just got a bunch of pitching stats on them, so we're just knowing who it is, getting our minds prepared, and getting ready for that game.
All right, well, absolutely. Congratulations to you. I'll let you go down and celebrate, but first go ahead and take a look at that camera. Give it any shout-outs you want.
Just shout out my family. Just shout out everybody watching today. Great turnout today. Even on a cold night, everybody out here, just thanks everybody.
And it feels pretty good up here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's nice up here.
But even better down there on the plate with a walk-off win for you today. Congratulations, Cole.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's a ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
It's time for your post-game show presented by Sutton Bank as the sun sets on Mount Gilead. Indians end up with a win, 7-6. I never put that score up, but 7-6 Mount Gilead with a walk-off to left field from Cole Fricky to finish the deal. And it appears softball is wrapped up as well. Mount Gilead gets a win there as well. So Indians are double winners. And Mount Gilead moving on in the tournament at softball. With a 16-10 win over over East Knox. Mount Gilead is advancing. Focusing here on the baseball diamond, in this battle of 42, Mount Gilead turns it into a sweep. With that walk-off, it's a 7-6 win. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Mount Gilead. 6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Cardington. It was a pretty even game throughout. The bats were alive for both teams, but Mount Gilead escapes with the win. They move now to 15-7 on the year. They finish KMAC play 8-6. They stay positive over 500 with this win over their dreaded rivals from Cardington. Pirates coming up will play Mount Vernon on Friday on the road. That's going to be a 5 o'clock game. Also on Friday, Mount Gilead back here at home will play against Ridgedale at 5:15. That does it for us here from the reservation. Special day, special rivalry, and a special ending as Mount Gilead wins it on the walk-off from Cole Fricky, who started the game on the mound, finishes it at the plate, and ends us 7-6 over Cardington. Thanks to your commercial sponsors and all the other sponsors rolling through your screen one final time. We will see you tomorrow as my coverage of softball tournament action begins. We will be hitting the road tomorrow to Centerburg to watch those Trojans start their potential deep playoff run to represent the KMAC well in the OHSAA State Softball Tournament. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.